Hi. We're so happy to speak with you guys. Now, you guys are already an award-winning team when it comes to documentaries. Why did you want to do one, especially about the foster care system?
Because it was a story that hasn't been told before, not in the way that we wanted to tell it. And we think it's an important issue, and we spent 4 years making this film. And it took an enormous amount of time to be able to get everybody to buy in and let us film this, and give us access.
It's a subject that so many people don't know anything about. They're laboring under judgments and stereotypes, and we wanted to dispel those myths about the entire population and to say they're our kids and not those kids.
Yes, I love that. And what was it like actually working with kids? I mean, a varied age, varied, parts of being in the system. Can you speak to a little bit about that? What was it like working with them and, having them, tell these important stories?
You have to gain the trust of the people you're working with, and you just have to spend a lot of time with them. And they have to be convinced that their stories are going to be meaningful to other people, and that in telling them that they will bring information and that other people will gain from their stories.
But they also wanted to tell their stories. Mrs. Beaver's family voted on it. Dasani said that he wanted to share his story and show that he went from zero to hero. And so they all were excited to be able to tell their stories. And we just marvel at their ability to be honest and genuine and real in the movie.
And what was it like to find, the family that you want to frame your documentary? Was that a hard, difficult search? Was it a taxing one emotionally? I can only imagine.
It took a long time to find everybody. Mrs. Beavers, we met 2 years before we wound up going back to her and asking if we could film her. Dasani, we searched for a story like his for 2 years, and Jessica, we were introduced to by a nonprofit, the Alliance for Children's Rights. Mary was brought to our attention by the Department of Children and Family Services, and we were just knocked out by them. We talked to a lot of people, and when we met them, we knew they were the ones.
Beautiful. And lastly, what do you really want the audience to learn or take away from all of these really touching and vulnerable family stories?
We want to shine a light on the system that very few people really understand and has been falsely characterized by much of the media. And we want to bring attention to this issue because 1 out of 8 children will have a case of neglect or abuse brought by the time they're 18. There are also over 400,000 children in foster care. This is a population that really hasn't received all the services that it needs.
We really want people to engage on whatever level they can. There's so many things that people could do, and whatever that spectrum is, whatever they feel comfortable doing, we hope that they'll do something toward this population.
Well, thank you guys so much for speaking with us, and we can't wait to see this hit HBO. Thank you.